Hi everyone, I'm Intergalactic Peach Patrol, also known as Peach. I'm an artist out of Melbourne, Australia, and I would like to show you my most recently finished sketchbook. So let's jump in. All of the details for all of the stickers and the sketchbook itself will be below, so feel free to check it out, or you can just chuck me a little comment and I'll get back to you about it. This was started in January this year, 2023, and finished on the winter solstice, June 22nd. This has all sorts of materials and mediums inside. The paper is really thin, so it's like really fun to add texture and things on top of dry paint, or add pencil to things, or do washes, like really thin washes of paint and stuff, because the texture still comes through when it's dry. This is my favorite kind of sketchbook. This sketchbook is full of experiments and timed drawings and paintings from live streams and other art sessions. It's not all Pinterest references, but there's a lot in here that are probably Pinterest references. Since finishing this sketchbook, I've started to use my own photos and video footage as my references, and just kind of step away from the Pinterest scene a little bit when it comes to figuring out what I want to draw, which has been really nice. I really love doing these really quick acrylic paint landscapes in this sketchbook. The paper is really good for the texture. It's really bad for the paint, but it's really good for the texture when it's dry. What I mean by it's bad for the paint is that the paper is not, I suppose, made for wet media. I guess it's more for like dry media, but I found that the textures that come through when I use acrylic paint and wet media is like really something I like the look of, so I use a lot of paint in here. During this sketchbook, I was doing a lot of experimentation and learning as far as what my preferences are when it comes to different materials and different methods of drawing things or representing things. This is my favorite spread from the whole sketchbook. This was a timed piece in a live stream, and this I just came back later and threw in over the top, and something about it just really ticks all the boxes for me, and I just love it. Is it necessarily a good composition? No. Is it necessarily the right colours? No. But it's just really satisfying to look at, I think. I love it. See these textures here? This is what I'm talking about. I wonder if you can see that. How good are those textures? This is just acrylic paint. Really thin. Thinned down with water, usually. Sometimes thick is okay, thick paint, but I think the thinner paint looks better when it's dry. A little bit of blind contour over here. It didn't really go very well, but I like the end result anyway. I think it's funny. I'm not very good at doing faces. I think this is one of the first times I've actually done a face. Since this, I've done a few more and I'm getting better, but they're not my strong suit. I think I'm a lot better at landscape, so maybe I'll just stick with that. Just some experimenting with some leftover paint from my palette. All sorts of stuff in here. Watercolors don't do too badly in here either. They don't do the spready thing, but they look okay. This is watercolor. And that's it. I hope you saw something that you liked. As I mentioned, the sketchbook and the stickers and everything will be listed in the description. Thanks for coming, and I'll see you next time.